last long enough to build up a repertoire of a strong map pool, so it does go down to the Puggy maps, Inferno, Cash, Mirage, etc. However, Lethal, we are ready for the action as we go underway. 4 versus 4 as the bomb is planted towards B.
As you can see, now I was going to mention Cyril was actually going to try and look around, but Roma is still trying to find the information he can, but he's trying to push through, make sure he comes by. But no one's actually noticed him yet so far, but it seems like Tisa does manage to get taken out just then, and Roma does try and go for a second, does get a few damage done, but sadly for him, will get taken out, and straight like that, Fish123 with the first round.
Or have they got it? No, they have not. No defuse kit. No diffuser means that Fish123 are the loser. As it goes into round number 2, Radix managed to steal the pistol. Roma from the back lines of the train manages to delay the defuse for a few extra additional seconds, enough to grant them the first round victory. And now we head into round number 2. Mac 10 investment there for Jekam. And apart from that, 4 rifles across the board here from the T side. They're going to be having the firepower to take the jewels at range versus the pistols and scout of Fish123.
And it seems I know there will be 3 at A and 2 at B. There is one member who actually pushed through Ivory, but I think he will be staying there now. Cyril is waiting to see if he can get any information from any of the guys on Radix to actually push through, but he will know at least 1 or 2 has come down now. And as you can see, they are slowly pushing in, but they are all ready to go make that B push.
And B push is going to be the call as they push through the smoke into the Deagle. And eventually the pistol is whipped out there by Cyril, but no extra frags found as it goes down into the 2 versus 3. JKM up close and personal with that Mac 10. Finds with the frag kit to equalize the numbers into the 2 versus 2. Bomb planted as well, but are Radix going to be aware of the flank from behind?
That's exactly what I was going to mention as well, and I'm not really too sure if they've actually realised something. But T-Sack does manage to find himself an AK. Does manage to get behind Craig, does manage to get him in the end, so Jacob's literally just got picked off there. And we've got a defuse from Fish.
Yeah, that's the issue there for Radix. The bomb is planted for Heaven, the bomb is planted for B-Ramp, yet they go to a position towards Oil Train, towards Golden Train, where they cannot see the bomb, and this makes it so awkward for them into the afterplant. Definitely is a detrimental move to make, and Fish123 with the flank from T-Sack capitalize off of that misfortune and grant themselves the 1-for-1 forced by victory as it goes all squared up into round number 3.
Yeah, that was quite strange because even though it's quite a common spot, it's one of the hardest spots to actually try and hold from, especially when you're actually waiting for them to stop the defuse. But the thing is, though, it was just weird how they're all actually down there and just didn't actually invest in one person just waiting up there. But at the moment, you can see now Radix are playing to make that B push again. The Cyril, Joya takes 1, takes another with Crucial taking 1 more, and at the moment it's 5v2 in favour of Fish.
Yeah, crucial thing here to note for Fish123 is the fact that 5 players are alive. The goal for both these teams is very easy to identify, right? Radix, no cash has been invested into this round, so the main goal is to get the bomb planted. They don't care if they lose players or get kills. It's about getting the additional $800 per player if they get the bomb down. And for Fish123, it's about collecting the frags with the least amount of loss as possible. They want to have 5 players staying alive, as they have here, which means they avoid the rebuys of Kevlar, they avoid the dropping of weapons, and they keep their money afloat. And all 5 players absorb the round victory bonus of $3,500, which means going into round number 4, we start to see what we're really, I was going to say paid for, but obviously this is all free content. So this is what you came to tune in for. We'll go with that one instead. It's going to be the buy rounds here. Lethal, 3 AKs for the T's. 2 killers want to back up the firepower. But let's see, aggression already from Crucial as he makes his way into Pop Dog.
Yeah, remember last week as well, Crucial and Cyril played fantastically in their first match. So obviously they want to at least try and keep that going. But Sliggy sadly doesn't actually take 1, but Crucial does take 2 with him. With Roma finally trading off. And it seems like no, they will smoke the cross to see if they can actually find anything at the moment, but Sack will be coming back. And even though Radix didn't have too much utility on board, they still managed to do great play going outside A at the moment.
Not watching from behind as Fish123 once again catch Radix off guard with the perfectly timed push from the rear. And that really goes to show the confidence of Fish123. On their CT side, they are pushing B apartments, it's not Mirage. They are pushing B upper, they are pushing alley as well, which means they have the flanks into the later portions of the round. If a team's playing very scared versus their opposition on their CT defense, they're not pushing, they're not playing aggressive, which means they lack information. With TSAC pushing once again towards alley, they get all the information they need that everyone's coming out through PopDog and through T main. Additionally, into the later portion of the round, there is that flank to fall back on.
And I was talking about Crucial and Surreal before, how in the previous matches their carry's been fantastic, but Sliggy gets 3 of his own, shot back, gets a 4th and just misses that ace barely, but luckily Echoes managed to finish that off.
Thing to note, those are frags found with the SMG from Sliggy as well. I mean, just in terms of pure cash, that's already $2,400 straight wide into the bank account. Wouldn't mind that.
No, I wouldn't mind, to be fair, mate.
Well, 4-1 as we head into the 6th. 5 AKs, it's time for Radix, as they have the firepower advantage from the former rounds, which had Galils, which had SMGs. But still, no AWP going to be invested into here by the T offense, as they still go a bit gun-shy from the big green gun. But someone who isn't shy, Crucial, with the orb, scopes in, tries to see if he can capitalize with someone holding from the upper position at PopDog. But instead, Radix once again, the one-dimensional play as they flood through T main.
And a few of them do actually make it through. Roman managed to get a pick straight off the bat, but at the moment, Sliggy has been flashed off, does back off a little bit, but Crucial, like I said before, one of those high-risk, high-reward players, and managed to take down with him, and TSAC managed to get another on his own. So it is still 43 in favour of Fish123 at the moment. They are still waiting to see if I can get more picks, and sadly, Sliggy just missed Cray just there. So at the moment, we're just going to see if Fish managed to get this defused, but again, Whisk and Roma, the killer of the moment with only 1 member left. Crucial trying to do everything he can to at least try and do what he can, but sadly for him, he will get taken out, and Radix get another one on the board.
Slight adjustment there from Radix. Instead of going for the slower set play where they take control towards the upper, where they take control of the map essentially, this time they go full force, they up the tempo, they go for the high octane style of CS as they charge out through T main with well-placed flashbangs. There's things to note. They smoked up PopDog where Crucial was, delayed his impact into the round. They pushed so fast that there was no chance for the flank to have an impact as well. By the time TSAC gets onto the scene of the crime, it's already a 1 versus 3 or a 2 versus 4 essentially, which means the impact was deeply diminished. So, good adjustment there from Radix, as this time they go for a polar opposite style of play, drastically slowing down their style of CS, going for the map control orientated play. 1 towards PopDog or B halls, 1 towards T main, and 3 towards alley. Typically when we see this play, they take control towards alley, they split through PopDog, they split through T main, they split through alley as well, and they have a 3-way pronged attack onto the A side.
As you can see now, trying to find any information, but Surreal managed to get one of his own, but Dream did get pick himself against TSAC, but what he doesn't know, Crucial, there's 3 minutes out Ivory, but tried to get one and back up, but sadly for him, Cray does take him down. And sees that now, they will be trying to push through, see if they can find anyone that comes away, but Surreal, we were waiting for it, takes 1, takes 2 down, and there's still Dream to be taken, but does a pop shot just to put back just to see if he can get anything else done. But he will be cornered off by Echoes and straight like that. It's now 5v2. Favourite Fish.
Deja vu once again. As Radix find a round, but they're instantly reset in the following. We saw it on the pistol, we saw it on the second buy round, and once again the fate of an eco has arrived at the doors for the second time. 2 Deagles, 1 P250 and 2 Glocks is all the T's have to wield into round number 8. High chance we do see a 6th already for Fish123 on the CT side, as they are going to be bringing out the double op setup once again, really showing the confidence behind this roster.
You see now Crucial managed to get enough information to see at least 1 member of Radix was there. It does manage to get taken down. But it seems that they might change things a little bit. They were going to go to B, but it seems like Crucial is pretty point at the moment, and I think they know now that Crucial did actually push up quite a lot, and they feel like it wasn't the best time to actually continue through B. So it seems like they are making a decision just to see if they can find out anything, but as you can see now, Radix aren't giving them any kind of information to show where they're going until now, but 1 gets taken out, Surreal gets a 2nd. He's trying to find his 3rd, but Jacob is just trying to delay it as much as possible whilst Crucial tries to get behind it, but Surreal managed to finish him off anyway, and in the end, Surreal does get the assist, and TSAC managed to finish him off.
As we predicted, 6-2 as we head into the 9th round here in our first matchup of the second week. Again, though, not enough cash for Radix to invest into the AD. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It was dropped over. Apologies.
Oh, at least you made it wrong. Not many people do normally.
Yeah, well, new year, new me. Hashtag turning over a new leaf. Orb for Dream, backed up by Kevlar as well, so we can go for the audacious, aggressive peaks with the Orb to try and get his team the advantage they require, as right now they need something different. They've gone for the slower pace to play. It hasn't worked out. They've gone for the fast, high-octane style of CS. It worked 1 out of the 2 rounds. And now they have the Orb. Can they play for picks off the back of Dream's Orb? And the big question as well, Lethal, for a third time, are they holding for T-Sac's flank?
Yes, because he's done that quite a few times now. And again, Dream just wasn't ready for it to do it for a third time in this game so far. But Sack is trying to find another opportunity to at least try and get another pick. But Gray knows he's there. But Crucial's also just trying to at least go through. But Crucial does manage to get one. And it seems like now he's seeing if any other members of Radix will be coming that way. But sadly for him, they won't move.
Seems like checkmate so far. But can we see a resurgence here for Radix? Or is this going to be Eccles' round here to solidify the 7th for Fish? As they're going to be cowering away from the A site and changing their point of view towards B. Surreal, the flashbang is going to connect, but still completely blind. Roma connects the bullets and has himself the site. 2 versus 4. Make it 2 versus... What? 2 versus 2. Maybe there's some life into this round for Roma. But unfortunately, the Cinderella story doesn't actually go all the way here. The budget has been cut. It's all ended, and now they have to fly back from Vegas.
And even with Roma, that was good. That was good. And even Roma now, he's a very sneaky player. Like, even in that very first round when they got the bomb planted, he was able to delay them enough for Fish not to be able to defuse it. So he is one of those players where kind of like a thorn in Fish's foot sometimes. But at the moment, Sliggy is trying to see if he can get a pick with the Orb from Z at the moment. Doesn't find anyone yet, but it seems like now Radix will be pushing straight through. Eccles gets 1, 2 until he does manage to fist him off, but see, he does take up one anyway. T-Sec gets one of his own and manages to get a second for him. So just like that, 8-2, favour of Fish.
6-round deficit for Radix in this matchup, and a 0-2 deficit so far in the groups. A start to the new season they definitely weren't anticipating. As we continue into their third matchup here, and right now it's looking pretty bleak.
It is indeed. Fish clearly want to keep that win streak going, and obviously Radix is still trying to get that first win on the board, and they're still struggling even now. They don't want to repeat from their last game, and still another crucial pick with a second. Oh, sadly take out Eccles then, but which did take out Sliggy here, so that's gone to the side, but they're still fighting for anyone else. So Cray does get one of his own. Crucial does get another to trade off. But now Surreal is the last one standing at the moment.
1 versus 2. Spots out the head from Dream, but the reactional flick upwards. I guess that's the way you can describe it.
As you do, isn't it?
As you do. On a Monday. Gets the shot onto Surreal. Gets themselves the 3rd round, but is it a fair few rounds too late? 8-3 now as we head into the 12th, and the Orb's going to be picked up off the corpse from Crucial, which means we will be seeing the sniper into the server for the Ts and also the CTs. 3 Orbs into play into this round. Typically, when you are the AWPer for the Ts and you have 1 AWPer and the opposition have 2, it's very hard to get the first pick because the Orbs are spread out across the map, and obviously whichever AWPer holds the angle has the advantage. But anyway, enough of that trivia. Into the round, they're going to be pushing and flooding out through B up, but they walk straight to the scope from Sliggy, and that's the point I'm making. They're walking into the scope with the player holding the angle, and Sliggy has the massive advantage versus Radix.
Yeah, it seems like when it comes to push on some of the sides, Radix do seem to be quite predictable. It seems like Fish have their number at the moment. So does manage to flank behind him, manage to get 2 of his own, and of course, that will be a defuse, and I'm trying to think now, with JKM, he's the last man standing. But of course, Eccles does finish him off, and it's made me wonder, like, what do Radix need to do to actually try and make some kind of comeback?
I think you summed it up with that one salient word there, Lethal. Predictable. When you don't play for map control, when you play very one-dimensional, it's so easy to read. How many times? There's been 3 or 4 times where T-Sec has pushed either B or Ali, which gives Fish123 all the information they need to recalibrate themselves on their CT side to get their players in the position to basically deny the push from Radix. Radix have gone for a map control style of CS, but the problem is they're losing these duels. They're not winning the aim battles versus Fish. Therefore, by the time they have alley control, by the time they have B upper control, it's already a 4 versus 5 or a 3 versus 4, and the round still isn't in their favor.
And as they go into the site now, managed to get a flash to at least get him off, but sadly for them, Crucial Necker's waiting there for them, and Jacob is the last one. And sadly for him, he does get taken out. And at the moment, both Surreal and Crucial are on a complete tear at the moment. 15 and 5 for Surreal, and Crucial's on 16 and 6.
I said before the match started, Fish123's AWP is going to be very, very confident to allow this one to go through the veto. And here he is now, top of the scoreboard, 16 to 6, as you said. More than 1 kill a round, and these kills that he's finding as well, that turns the round from a 5 versus 5 into a 5 versus 4. These aren't frags where it's eco kills, for example. That was Sliggy earlier on. These aren't frags where it's a 1 versus 3, for example. The round's already said and done. These are impactful frags that turn the tides of the round. But into the present, can TSAC get away scot-free? The answer to that one is a negative. But in the meantime, Echoes across the other half of the map takes down Jacob. We're still into an even matched 4 versus 4.
Crucial has come back to see if he can find out exactly what's going on in Ivy, but it seems like Cray is pulling back. And he does have a feeling that someone will replace him in order to go through. But Crucial's very tempted to go through the smoke and see if he can find anyone. Again, another flank. And it seems like Crucial will take out Whisk there. And it's like you said again, before TSAC was the one flanking quite consistently. And again, Fish is just getting away with it at the moment. Bomb down now. And again, Dream gets taken out. You're right, it's got to a point now where, as well as they're becoming predictable, they're not trading off each other. It seems like they're going one by one at a time. But as I'm saying that, again, Roma last life to see if he can make anything of this. But once again, Crucial making sure they're actually having none of it at all.
You know, we can try, as commentators, hype this game up and say, can they come back in the second half and build up the storyline and the entertainment factor and be all, you know, bring the novelty, right? But to be perfectly honest with you, a team like Radix, I don't see them as a team that can come back from large deficits. Looking at some of the personalities on this roster, is it a team that can, you know, forget the past and, you know, brush off bad rounds and forget about the past? I just don't see it. I think this is a team where they can definitely do very, very well. They have some very, very highly skilled and great players, but it's a team that leads from the front. It's not a team that can just have a resurgence in the second half and come back from a 12-3 or an 11-4. I just don't see them win this one later on.
And this is what separates the top players from extremely high tier players as well. It's a massive mental game, and you've got to remember that some players just can't shake it off. And I've seen it plenty of times before where in certain situations they'll lose quite a few rounds at the start, but can just never come back. But you get some really good teams who will literally just will be able to shake it off and actually just continue from there and take it round by round. But it seems like Radix now are just getting absolutely taken apart. But as you can see now, we are switching the bomb around, and TSAC does get a feeling that there's a possibility that something might be happening. But Jacob will be nailing off just to see if he can at least distract him anyway. But Sliggy does got one of his own. And he does have a feeling that someone will peek out, does get the info. Jacob does try and take him out, but Sliggy manages to barely survive. And just like that, after that first half, 12-3. But let's be honest, is that much of a surprise?
To be fair, if we had done predictions before this, obviously we would put Fish123 as the favourites. However, in terms of a scoreline, I'd be saying, you know, you look at Dream, you look at Whisk, you look at Roma. These are players where they can have incredible rounds to make it, you know, a 16-11, right? You know, if Dream goes off for a few rounds, that's 2 rounds. Whisk has his big pistol round, for example, very good at the pistols. JKM with the AWP can maybe have a strong round, or Cray as well as a defensive player. Maybe on the CT side, he has a few rounds which get them to an 11, get them to a 12. I wouldn't be anticipating such a whitewash.
Neither did I. I knew that Fish would be the favourites, but I never expected them to actually be in by this much so far. But I really feel like Radix need to win this pistol round, at least to gain something back in swinging the momentum just a little bit to show that they at least got a glimmer of hope, a light at the end of the tunnel, just to see if they can do anything at the moment. But as you can see now, Dream is just waiting patiently to see exactly what's going on. But it will get smoked off, so we will get a slight indication that they will be coming through. They're all going for the B side now, but it's literally only just realised, and it seems like it does take one of his own. Eccles does take out one, but we're actually finding the other one, which he doesn't. Crucial does try and take him out, but Eccles does manage to finish it for him anyway. The rotate does come in, and JK with that pick straight away. Eccles with a third. Managed to get a fourth, just needs one more. Try and get it, and he just barely doesn't, and Cray stops him, but you know what? T-Sat knifed him anyway, just to make sure, just to complement the kill, basically.
Eccles was 14 HP away from a 4K and a knife to submit the first ace of the day. Instead, though, we witness a 13-3 scoreline, 10-round discrepancy between these two teams, and it really illustrates the difference of team play we've seen between the two teams, the difference in terms of confidence and skill as well between these two rosters. And a thing we didn't see throughout the whole first half from Radix was good flashbangs. We saw from our great observer, Chris, how well those flashbangs landed on that CT anchor play. He was completely blind as they came down ramp. He was completely fully white as they came through B upper. There was no window of opportunity to get some frags as the anchor. However, into this round here, round number 17. 3 versus 3 as Fish123 have claimed the B site as their own, as Surreal up close to the MAC-10 still delivers pain to Radix and their health.
And it seems like now Radix, all 3 members have already rotated, but they are trying to see if they can find any information, see exactly what's going on. But it seems like now, so gear check is behind. Surreal does manage to get taken out in the end. But you're talking about the positioning of the bomb, and it seems like now we are in a good spot, but does fake the defuse. Dream does take out T-Sac, but Sleeve does get one of his own, and now it's a 1v2, but sadly I just feel like he peaked just a little bit too early.
Dream with the ace. This is what I was saying earlier. The fact that these players are skilled and they will have individual rounds of brilliance. That's one there from Dream, a complete ace on the force buy, 1D galores, retrieves the AK at the end of the round as well to give himself some additional firepower. Only little pet peeve I had there was the fact that he didn't drop over an M4. As he had $3,500 and a frag and the AK picked up, he could have dropped over an M4 to either Roma or Cray, or even Jacob as well as he has the FAMAS. But anyway, he had a good round last one, so what can you really argue? As it goes 13-4. Surreal kicks this round off early, as it's going to be the first frag onto the aforementioned star of the last one. Dream down as we head into the 4 versus 4 with a minute 30 left on the clock.
And it seems like now Fish are just trying to see if they can push out in any way, but Crucial's managed to get behind it. I don't think any members of Radix have actually seen it yet, but they will now. JK manages to take him out. DZ does get taken up by Whisk in the end, and it seems like now they're trying to decide exactly what should we be doing at the moment. And speaking of devil, we were talking about aces. Sliggy almost got one earlier in the first half, and then you were talking about Urkels in the second one. And it was funny because it was actually those two. We're assuming that Fish, out of any of the members, would probably have getting that ace. But Dream from Radix put the words right by mouth, and Eccles did try and get a pick, but sadly for him, JK was just sitting there waiting for him.
Yeah, in terms of aces, only seen one. Been very close to 3 though. Obviously Eccles is near enough knife, 14 HP away from solidifying the first ace of the day. And Sliggy's earlier versus the Eco. Obviously, we have to mention versus the Eco with the SMG up close. It's not quite the same novelty.
No, not at all.
as a Deagle ace or the ace from the Glock on the pistol. However, an ace is an ace. It all goes down as the same. A goal is a goal. But anyway, round number 4. Oh, no, exactly. It is round number 19. 15 plus 4, Alex. Round number 19, 13-5. Radix still winning the last round. It came close, but they're still in this one. As it's going to be the Eco now coming out from Fish. As we mentioned earlier, the goal for the T's now on the Eco round is to try and get that bomb down for the additional $800 wide into the bank balance. And then for Radix, you know, best case scenario, get an ace on the SMG, as obviously it's $600 per kill with the SMG and $300 with the other weapons. But most importantly, have 5 players staying alive, clean round, and avoid having to drop weapons, rebuy armor, and rebuy utility.
That was quick maths for you, by the way. That was pretty quick. I was quite impressed.
What maths was it? The maths
The round 19 one.
Oh, look, mate, I've done this for a long time now.
And anyways, Fish123 do get the bomb down. And at the moment, they're just waiting for him to just try and push through. And JKM is taking that to 1 HP, and T-Sack with a nice D there. Sleeky gets one of his own as well, and then so far it's a 3-1 scenario, and Whisk is trying to do everything he can to make something of this, but this could be a lost cause for now. But speaking of that, Cyril does get taken down, but of course T-Sack is just waiting for him. And now they turn that around to 14-5 in favour of Fish.
Karma is a dish best served cold. Eco round victory from Radix in the second round of the first half. Second half even. And now the Eco win for Fish to make it 14-5 and to pretty much secure the ending of this chapter here for Radix. Slig with the AWP, best spawn, best peak, wins it versus JKM, as it is the 5 versus 4 now heading into the remainder of this round. Crucial, charging and burst through the smoke towards Popdog, and he's not done yet. Unrelenting force as they come towards the A side, but it's Surreal and Eccles actually to steal the kills away from Crucial. And Surreal, fittingly, through the corner of the smoke, makes it 15-5, 10 match points for Fish123.
And again, going through the stats now, we're talking about Surreal and Crucial a lot with K&D, but Eccles now 22-10. He's they've been extremely impressive, and we just had an update as well. So we've had Royals who actually defeated WeHot.
Oh, wow. Do we get the scoreline?
No, we haven't got a scoreline at the moment, but we were talking about before where Royals need to get that first win on the board, and out of all the teams to beat, it was them. So I was actually quite impressed right now. And as we finish up with this game so far, Radix have only got 3 members left to try and at least stay alive in any way in this game, but not looking too good for the moment. Eccles did try and molly him out, but managed to get fished off anyway. And Crucial now is just trying to pick off JKM as the last one, but gets taken out himself. And of course, T-Sack again, closing that out. So, you know, I would say with Fish123, we knew they were the favourites, but would you have expected that kind of scoreline against Radix?
Not at all. I mean,